Okay, so Kiip, is it going to be a huge threat for Nintendo and PlayStation?
So I would say it's less of a threat and should be viewed as less of a threat to anybody, but rather a huge complementary, amazing sort of, I would call it like the cherry on top, you know, for Sunday. It's not complete. It's not complete until there's a cherry on top, right? You can have a sundae, you can have the ice cream, you can have the chocolate syrup, but without the cherry, it just doesn't feel complete, right? And so that's how I would sort of position what we're doing right now. And I'm saying it with a straight face.
Are you working with any of them?
With the big console gaming companies. So we're less on console gaming right now and more on mobile games. And yes, of course, those guys have gaming titles that are on the mobile phones, but we're looking more for the guys that have created independent titles that have also gained a lot of traction without needing something like Mario to help them push it forward.
Okay. Now, I'm going to switch over to the Techy Profile. Number one question, what's your techie mission?
My techie mission is to create a technology or a platform that will somehow, and it doesn't have to be attributed to me, but will somehow change human behavior for the better. And I know, like, you know, Henry Ford, obviously one of the original texters, right, can look down from upon the heavens and go, I, you know, changed human behavior for the better, right? Like people, instead of walking to the horse carriages every morning, they go into their cars to get to work, right? And so for me, if I can see somehow in the future that I've created or initiated a change that changed human behavior forever or created that immortal change, then I would feel very fulfilled.
Okay, so I know you mentioned a role model, but is there another techie role model that speaks to you?
Absolutely. So, and from one of the past companies that I worked for, actually. So he's an ex-digger, but he is now arguably one of the hottest entrepreneurs in the Valley as well. He started a company called Simple Geo, and they're powering sort of geolocation platforms for a lot of apps and a lot of services and companies around the world. And his name is Joe Stump. And you know, I on a tech level, he's just got this level of understanding and comprehension that not a lot of people that I know have, and at the same time, he's one of the coolest guys that I know. So he definitely is in that role model category for me.
How long have you been working with him when you were in Dig?
He left Dig even before I had joined, but because obviously he's part of the Dig community, there was a lot of connection and conversation back and forth there.
What's your favorite app?
My favorite app right now is Evernote. And I know it's kind of cliche, but Evernote, yeah, it's like, it really has changed my behavior and the way that I do things and record notes and sort of operate. Is I know that I have this confidence that if I put something on a piece of paper or a notepad on one device, I know that it'll be on another device. So I don't have to worry about transferring things between devices, and that for me is very amazing.
And what's your favorite game?
Right now, it's a game on the iPhone called The Incident, and it's up and rise. It's like it's a retro style pixel game that is basically you in a incident moment where you're like running around in a city block and there's like stuff falling on top of you, like pianos and cars and random stuff, and you have to like avoid it, and it's incredibly addictive.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna have to check that out.
Yeah, definitely not anything related to farming though, and I'm proud of that.
Thank goodness. Okay, so you've been with Dig for how long? A year?
It's a very brief period of time.
And you were in business development.
I was.
How was it like working with Kevin Rose?
Kevin's a very eccentric, you know, he basically at the end of the day, all he's really amazing at is coming up with awesome ideas. So he's definitely an innovator, and I think that's one of the common things that bonds all entrepreneurs is that we innovate, and I respect him for that. And he's definitely got the profile of, you know, an eccentric founder.
Yeah, well, I've noticed that just with there's a lot of emerging entrepreneurs that come out of Dig and they all of a sudden create something absolutely amazing, like yourself. But we're a big fan of you.
Almost there. Thank you.
Well, no, you're there. But we're very proud of you, and
you.
thanks for coming by and talking to us.
Appreciate
so good luck with you. Brian Wong, founder of Kiip.
Gotta get connected.